what you said. I don't have the time for that. His question could have answered anyway. Instead, he out of nowhere, he's like, no, and I actually think it's what ruined TV. And he kept going. And I was like, okay.
I know other people that are real actors and real producers and movie makers that feel the same way about it. And I don't know. I mean, listen, you're giving the people clearly what they want. And everyone has a choice of turning on the television and watching this stuff or not, you know? And here I mean, I watched it, even though I can say like, oh, I'm learning 2 languages right now. I still chose to turn it on. And I'm sitting here right now, you know, shooting the shit with you over it, because for me, it's more of, I think, a pop culture thing where I kind of, I do find it really intriguing. And there's a part where I always say, I think I'm a very, very good judge of character. Like, I feel like I can read someone
Me too.
almost before they say a word. And
me too.
there,
100%.
And I just feel like I have that sixth sense about someone. And even when I can say like, God, I was wrong about them. And then down the road, oh, no, I wasn't actually wrong. I was right. I don't know why I second guessed myself. But I think that there's a part of like the psychoanalyst where you watch the show and you think you figured someone out and then they do something. But the hard part is you just wonder what they're doing for television and who they are in their real life. And maybe that's why I watch Beverly Hills differently, because I know a good amount of them privately, and then I see what's on TV, and I can very clearly see what's for the show and what's real. And then when they do some shit that's so out of left field, i.e. Rinna, where I'm like, wow, she's really freaking lost herself. She's gone. That's the part where I'm like, that's what intrigues me and probably has me watching, is really, I think it's the train wreck, to see the train wreck.
I agree with all of that. Like, I think for all my faults in life, I have a sixth sense. Maybe that's why I'm good at this job. Like, I can tell. It's just, I've always had this skill. There's nothing to do with being a lawyer or running HR departments or having a business I sold, or all my life. I have always had this. I mean, I can go down the list of my flaws. This is not one of them. I got it. And I feel I'm a good judge of character. And I can tell when someone is pure and it's their intentions. And when someone says something and you're like, I will accept that, but I know in my heart you are a fame whore. This is all like, you know, when someone's bullshitting you. It's not everyone has that skill, and I have it too, 100%. So it's like, yeah, I don't know what my point was with that. So my point is just, yeah, I guess, I don't know. I had another point with that of like, for me, it's like, I know like the Miami girls in New York. And so same thing, when things happen, I could say like, that's real, or that's like, that's a setup, or you're just doing that for the TV. But
Stretch, right.
But yeah, I guess it's like, my thing is, nobody, like, I don't believe in a victim. Like, everybody does what they want to do in this world. That, I believe that. So when you're acting away, that's fine. Just own it. Like, you want this to happen. Like, you want this. So just admit this is who you are. You know what I mean? And so I think with Rinna, and I know it's edited, I think this might, I mean, I know you had these lovely conversations with her, and I'm not even coming for her. I'm just saying, you've had these conversations off camera in season 6. I don't know. I think, you know, the hustler that has always wants to hustle. And I mean, I just had someone on my podcast from Dancing with the Stars, and she knows Lisa Rinna, and she was saying positive things. Like, she's taught me, like, you know, you always say yes to a job. And if something doesn't go right, you know, you just, like, the job you say yes to may not be the job you want, but it will lead. Like, if you think about it, Rinna's been a hustler forever. It's just this is it. This is it. Melrose Place was a mild hit. You did your daytime TV. This is it. This is like, she finally, like, it could have been any vehicle, but the fact that this is the one, millions and millions, she is just in. And I think this is,
maybe it's because it's true to who she really is, though. Maybe she's so good at it because that's who she is.
That's what I mean. I think so. I think
Yeah.
so. I just think it comes natural. Like I don't
I mean,
think
that's sad. I think that's how we started this whole topic, because that's sad. It's sad when you like have that realization that, you know, someone knows what they're doing, knows it's a sad situation, and still chooses to hurt someone. That's sad.
it is, but there are people like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't want them in my life personally. I don't want to be around that.
No, and look, that saying hurt people hurt people. You know, you look at like her sister, you know, she lost her sister. So like, look, I don't think that if you're hurt,
5. She was 5 when her
she was
sister died.
5. Okay.
I'm
But
not letting, I'm giving no excuses. I think she's hungry. I think she's, you know, wants to be famous. And I think she just doesn't, yeah, I don't
I
think
don't,
she's maybe missing a sensitivity chip.
how much more I mean, you're infamous now. I mean, there are like Variety. I see like there are like major publications that I've seen. I don't mean like you know, this happened this week in all the tabloid, but I mean like major, I think it was like Variety or Vanity, I think it was right, did like an actual like case article on Rinna recently of like what's going
How
on with
was it?
this.
Was it good or bad? I didn't see
It was more towards the bad side, but it wasn't really scathing. It was just like, what's going on? I mean, she is the one everyone's talking about. Like, how much more famous you're famous? You did it. Like, you don't need to do anything else now. I mean,
I think, you know, what's really funny? I feel like the level of fame, yes, it's famous, okay? But you're getting famous from something that the majority of people, even if they watch it and they say, I'm a Housewife fan, I admit it, you know, I know it's a guilty pleasure, you know what I mean? I don't feel like most people turn on Housewives and think like, you know, I'm watching a good piece of television here. Like I'm, you know, this is I don't know. This is like the Gong Show of the 70s or Love American style. I mean, you know, actually, no, Love American style was good. I don't know. I don't know what show I don't know what else there is where you'd say that in real life, this is about people taking each other down and making someone so miserable that, you know,
and you
they're
can't,
crying.
right. And you can't compare that. I mean, I know my wonderful guest Mario Cantone did, but you can't compare that to the I control. I mean, there's no mystery in the Kardashians. Kim, Khloe, Kris, when that airs, they know every word that's going to come out of. I mean, it is like, imagine the producer emails between Kris and, I mean, there's no, Kardashians is not dark and dirty. It's edited. We love it. It's like I mean, they're the most famous family in the world.